Hey guys! In this video I'm gonna show the most broken build in the pre-patch, the Immortal Warrior. It is so broken you can go AFK and people still can't kill you. Take a look at my health bar, as this fully geared warrior goes all out trying to kill me. Through every single burst window, I keep staying around 10% health, but never die. How? It is thanks to the talent Second Wind. This talent before the pre-patch heals for about 1% each second when you were low health, and allowed me to survive 1v2 combats, which I plan to showcase, but after reading that Blizzard planned to buff it by 100%, I decided to wait, and now it's even more busted. It now heals between 2 to 4%, depending on your current remaining health, every second. Mr. Pandaria flashbacks anyone? So now we can stand here and be immortal. And it does give some hilarious reactions from people as they try to beat you. But am I actually able to survive long enough for them to give up the duel? Watch this sub-rogue, a spec built for damage, trying to kill me. And there it is. They gave up. This is some peak balance, guys. Oh wait, actually, they didn't give up. They just relogged their Ret Paladin, a class with even more burst. Now, while we're waiting and have some free time, while AFKing, I need to mention the other talent that is making this possible. It is a protection warrior PP talent called Power Through Adversity, that makes you take between 10 to 40% less damage as long as Second Wind is active. And well, that is always the case when you're low health. So we got an insane amount of healing per second thanks to Second Wind, and a massive permanent damage reduction wall, which allows us to survive even our Retribution Paladin's burst windows. The question you might have is, can we actually kill someone while AFK? And yes, this is possible. We're going to use the talent Tough as Nails, which makes you deal reflective damage every time we block. And then we position ourselves against a wall, so the enemy can't attack us from behind. Then, if you're facing an enemy with bad self-healing, they will slowly destroy themselves while attacking us, even while we're AFK. Granted that they keep attacking. This is some real classic vibes. Okay, this is busted, but how powerful are we if we actually fight back and use abilities? Let us enter a 1v2 arena, and you will see. Okay, the enemy is starting hard, using cooldowns against me, trying to burst me, but I remain at 100% health. And now they are trying to retreat in a 1v2. Well, let me spoil it for you guys. This arena is going to be a lot of waiting around, because, well, they can't do anything to me. 5 minutes later, Dampening is at 73%, and the enemy healer is completely out of mana. And I am at 90% health still. This has to be the best thing I have ever seen. Okay, let me show you another one. Since the last battle, the warrior was quite undergeared. And some of you might say, well, of course a tank counters arms warrior. But let's see how marksman does. This arena was overall quite a pain, because I ended up being kited the whole match. But something really handy is a passive effect of Second Wind that heals me whenever I haven't taken damage in the last 5 seconds. This healing made it so the enemy couldn't beat me by slowly bringing me down, even through dampening. I also lost a possible kill because no path available when I'm trying to charge. So thanks Blizzard. And finally, after 7 minutes of kiting, we finally did it. And I still have 50% of my health remaining somehow. Now we just need an extra 2 minutes to catch the hunter. Honestly, I am winning these effortlessly. They aren't even bringing me down below 35% health to showcase my second win, Immortality, which was the original plan. So how about 1v3? Okay, so I am really tanky, and it takes them ages to kill me, but I don't win these. Why? Because my damage output is really low. In a 2v1 setting, I needed high dampening to score a kill, but with a whole additional DPS against me, and a healer being able to focus damage, such as Disc Priest, their pressure is much greater, which forces me to play around 30% health threshold, which I kinda wanted, but then I will end up in a stun lock and get bursted through second wind, if dampening is high enough. My survival is still completely broken though. Against the Retribution Paladin and Arms Warrior, I survived a total of 7 minutes, and dampening approached 40% healing reduction. The MMR I'm playing at is 2k, with people fully knowing how to play their class. I was thinking of going back to doing 1v2s again, but then suddenly I faced a Blood Death Knight DPS team. What? I managed to kill the Devoured Demon Hunter when he disconnected. Oddly enough, I saw 3 different Devourers disconnect during my queuing session. So maybe the new spec is a bit buggy, or just a coincidence, because it happens on my Stormbolt cast. There's a lot of new Devourer DCs a lot.
Yeah, he disconnected absolutely.
Press Metamorphosis and get disconnected, that's a new ability.
Anyway, after some time, I managed to kill the Warlock without any issues. And here we are, a Blood Death Knight, known for their insane self-healing, against a Protection Warrior, which historically lacked healing. Who do you think will win? I'm gonna cut this battle towards the end, because it's going to be about 10 minutes of us just standing here, hitting each other without much progress, which I doubt you wanna see. And now, after a total of 15 minutes, dampening is reducing our healing and shielding by 86%. The blood decay is starting to struggle, but I am feeling completely fine. I end the battle with full health. What? Surprise! There's an even more broken combo I haven't mentioned yet. Read the last part of Power Through Adversity. It says while Shield Wall is active, healing reductions do not apply to you. And read this new Last Stand talent from the pre-patch. Shield Wall will always cast a massive heal on you. Comboing this with Impending Victory gives me a Lay on Hands like heal every minute that completely ignores dampening. Look at my health now, at 74% healing induction. This is insane! Shield Wall also have 2 charges, thanks to Defender's Aegîs, and we reduce the Shield Wall cooldown thanks to rage spams with anger management. I'm able to beat teams when Dampening has 80% because they cannot out-heal me anymore, but I have no issues whatsoever surviving. Let me show you my final battles I had during my 1v2 2k MMR climb. First, we're facing this Druid Healer and Sub-Rogue. Dampening is at 80%. They try to nuke me. No problem, here's a full heal. You see the enemy healer is desperately spam healing, but their heals doesn't do anything anymore, unlike mine. Now, just for good gestures, I'll use my last shield wall charge and end the battle at full health. This Fury and Holy Paladin team is starting to struggle with mana, but you know, why don't I let them go and drink? It seems more fair to give them a fighting chance. Okay, we're down to I'm at 80% health. I feel like this full heal is especially useful for Protection Warrior, since it might be the tank with the most damage reduction, so our health bar moves very slowly compared to other tanks, especially against physical damage. That's why we can easily survive between our shield wall charges. Dampening is approaching 80%, and both our enemies are struggling. So let us swap around a bit with the targeting, so we don't accidentally kill one of them too fast. Let's see if we can kill them at the same time. You know, me being at full health, they doing no damage at all, it really feels like I'm playing at 800 MR or something. But we're actually at 2k. This has to be the most broken a tank has ever been in a pre-patch. Look at the scoreboard. More damage than enemy DPS, more healing than the healer. This is Blizzard balancing. Another Fury Warrior. I had never before felt so sure about a win in a 1v2 setting before the arena even started. Here we go, guys. You're so relaxed. You don't even move. Why you stand there?
That's so dumb.
Why the monk DC? Are they rage quitting? Are they all F4ing? Or are they actually...
Yeah, he probably left. I don't think he DC.
It's so boring. I want to have a fight. Wait, let's wait until he
He's like, fuck this game. I'll come back next time.
The dwarf is just standing there.
Plain as gave up.
People just completely give up.
Wait, he's back. No, he lost a DC. He's full mana now.
No,
It's a mana exploit. When you DC at full mana, we come back. Oh, he's not. Never mind, so I'll use my UI. They're gonna go drink, I think. They should, right? They do. The enemy is being really mean and starting to spam emote me. They're going all
I
the way.
mean, he's probably think his point.
My next incoming heal sadly broke the enemy warrior's morale completely, and he alt F4'd. It's so amazing. No, CC. Are you standing there?
I think did Warrior just give up?
I think so. One of them are is.
One is offline again.
Did he actually alt F4? Yeah, he did this time. I think he did. What's MR?
But I was like, I'll come back next season.
So you guys might want to know about my talents. Here they are. And I also want to talk about some bugs I found. First one is field dressing, which is supposed to increase all your self-healing by 10%. Looking at Wowhead for affected spells, you see we got Second Wind, Impending Victory, and Indomitable, among other things. But let's test it in game, just to be sure. Okay, now I got field dressing equipped, and my Second Wind healing is about 9k per tick. After removing field dressing, you would think the heal should be less, right? But look, Second Wind is still healing for 9k. Okay, no field dressing, and we're gonna test Impending Victory. It does a 45k heal. Now, when we talent field dressing and try again, you think the healing will increase to like 50k? No, there is no healing increase. I tested Indomitable and others, but this talent doesn't work at all, with the possible exception of Fueled by Violence. Why is this? The reason is that warrior percentage based self-healing doesn't scale with versatility, which is another healing modifier, unlike DK's Death Strike for example, which do benefit from Versa. I figured that other healing boosts, like this talent, are not coded in a way that will allow them to actually increase warrior self-healing. So I guess Blizzard just decided to create a new talent, slap on a 10% healing boost, without actually testing if it works or not. Tough as Nails is another talent that's supposed to deal double damage on critical block, but after testing it both in a duel and against NPCs, it doesn't seem to ever do increased damage. Avatar was changed to now reduce your damage taken by 3% while active, but on the tooltip it doesn't say anything about any reduction. Testing it against NPCs is quite hard, since their swings differ so much in damage. So I'm gonna use a Risen Skulker pet from Death Knights, that does about 69 to 70 damage each blighted arrow, so Avatar should reduce this to 68 or less. But as you can see, there is no difference in damage taken, so this new addition is probably untested too. Well, I guess that's all. And before you ask me which hero talent to choose, between Mountain Fane and Colossus, I think both has pros and cons, so it's a bit situational. So test around and see which one you prefer. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!
No way this has tracked the entire time we've been in a party. There's no way you've done 9 million in healing already.
Possibly. Adds up quite fast.
That feels like too much now.